And I'm so glad that the organizers have planned to have you take part in Umuganda this Saturday. You're going to learn, and I am sure you're going to love it. So those who are visiting for the first time, I have no doubt that you're going to have a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, I have this bad habit of over-talking. So I need to step aside and hand over the microphone to other speakers that will make this occasion what it should be. Not that I am not making it what it should be. No, I'm not doing that to myself. Ladies and gentlemen, to officially welcome us to AFSA 2024, please join me in welcoming on stage our host, the Director General of Rwanda Forensics Institute, Dr. Charles Karangwa. Please let's appreciate him as he takes his place.
Honorable Minister of Justice and Attorney General, representing His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda at this opening ceremony, the President of International Association of Forensic Science, the President of African Forensic Sciences Academy, the President of American Academy of Forensic Science, here present, distinguished delegate, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure and honor to me to be present here to introduce this conference as the Director General of Rwanda Forensic Institute and the co-hosting and co-organizing this inaugural AFSA International Conference Edition 2024. I would like to extend my warm welcome to you all distinguished guests who have come from far and wide to attend these historical events. Honorable Minister, this conference is organized under the theme Forensic Science Ecosystem in Africa to discuss the African holistic approach that can be substantially support judicial system in Africa. Forensic scientists, including academicians, researchers, forensic practitioners, head of law enforcement agencies, will be discussing over the 5 days the important topics on the field of forensic science to find a way how African countries can together efficiently deal or tackle the emerging crime due to emerging technologies. Honorable Minister and guests of honor, the conference is split into 3 phases. The last 2 days, we focused on intensive workshop where experienced scientists introduced to young professionals the advanced techniques used in forensic science for successful investigation. The second phase of 3 days that started this morning will focus on main conference theme, Forensic Science Ecosystem in Africa. Last phase of the conference, which is actually the post-conference activities, will be the organization of a social responsibility to Umuganda that will consist of planting 100 traditional or the indigenous trees in our ecosystem, in Eco Park Nyandungu, for remembrance of participation of this historic conference. Honorable Minister and guest of honor, we are proud of getting this second opportunity to co-host and to co-organize the international conference of this caliber, mobilizing around 500 participants of scientists, practitioners, academics, decision makers, and other different professionals from more than 500 participants representing all continents. This conference has its particularity to have forensic firms that are exhibiting their up-to-date forensic product, including the latest technology used in the domain of forensic science. Honorable Minister and guest of honor, as the DG of Rwanda Forensic Institute, I'm thankful to your usual support, especially in general for the government of Rwanda in general, for support you are providing so that you can boosting Rwanda Forensic Institute activity in its operationalization. This is testimony what has been achieved during the last 7 years past. We are confident that the conference will provide a platform for engaging dialogue, discussion on challenging forensic issues and sharing knowledge that will bring home growth solution on our continent. Honorable Minister and guest of honor, I would like again to welcome all of participants of this conference, especially keynote speakers that have been here even before the date of the conference. Your commitment, your engagement is a sign that forensic science one day will boost and achieve a governance at continental level. Thank you so much. Murakoze, merci beaucoup.
Thank you for your wonderful remarks, Deja. Let's appreciate Deja Charles Karango once again with a round of applause, please. And I'm glad you talked about Umuganda. I had already mentioned it earlier. We believe in a clean and green Rwanda, so it's no wonder that they have decided the conference will not end without the delegates planting 100 trees. That's a good initiative. Our next speaker is Dr. Antonelle Okas, who's the president of AFSA. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate her.
Moramutse, bonjour, good morning. Honorable Minister of Justice and Attorney General, other honorable ministers present, distinguished guests, all protocols observed, dear conference delegates. In the opening moment of this conference, I can only share how honored, excited, and grateful I am. This conference marks a historic moment for the African Forensic Sciences Academy, AFSA, and for forensic science in Africa, and might I humbly say, in the world. When I look at the journey since AFSA's inception in December 2022, I see what a pivotal role Rwanda has played in promoting the growth and maturing phases of the Academy. Rwanda was, of course, unanimously voted as the at the founding meeting to be the host of AFSA. And this vote was obviously not random. It was based on a common conviction about the hospitality of Rwandans, accessibility and a favorable ecosystem, modern administration, the ease of doing business, the safe environment, and the fact that all Africans are welcome in Rwanda without a visa, among a long list of other reasons. Throughout the journey, the RFI and its staff, headed by the Director General, were kind hosts, strong partners, and amazing advocates for AFSA to stakeholders in Rwanda. Please accept AFSA's expression of gratitude and appreciation. I think the RFI deserves a round of applause. At the launch of AFSA in March 2023, the Minister of Justice, as part of the visionary leadership of Rwanda, confirmed the government's commitment towards strengthening the Rwanda forensic science ecosystem, enabling thus the RFI to be a role model in Africa. AFSA found the ministry an incredible strong supporter and an advocate for top quality forensic science services in Africa. Honourable Minister, AFSA is grateful for your support and we strive towards an even stronger collaboration in the future. Honourable Minister, Rwanda will remain a cornerstone in the forensic science ecosystem legacy in Africa for having been the host of the first institution that is formally registered and includes all forensic science fields in Africa. It can thus play the role of the ambassador of forensic sciences in Africa in all aspects, disciplines and features. AFSA and forensic science in Africa will always be grateful to Rwanda, the government of Rwanda, the forensic science practitioners of Rwanda, and the kind people of Rwanda. Honourable Minister, dear conference, gratitude and appreciation are the fuel that preserves the flame of volunteering. If AFSA is today born, registered, delivering and organizing this historic conference, it is thanks to the volunteering of a group of people who worked from its inception and who carried the work thereafter. Speaking about volunteering of distinguished professionals active in academia, in research and in forensic services, their volunteering translates the belief of these professionals in the importance of strong ethical values and a will to serve the best of forensic science in Africa. I want to invite all the founding members and my fellow colleagues of the interim executive of AFSA who are present in this room to please stand. May I gently ask the conference to give a big round of applause to these distinguished forensic science professionals. As you are sitting again, please accept my words of gratitude and appreciation for your commitment to AFSA. After the founding meeting almost 20 months ago, that's how old our academy is, almost 20 months, the elected interim executive, the IE, worked on the registration of AFSA and also acknowledged that an appreciation of the role of the Rwanda Governance Board in Rwanda, whose staff were incredibly helpful. And I'm glad to announce that AFSA has now officially renewed our registration and is registered till 2027 as an international NGO at the RGB here in Rwanda. AFSA started serving its members through online platforms, have been represented at various scientific meetings, academic meetings, and started playing the role of the ambassador for excellence in forensic science in Africa. The number and the high profile of the keynote speakers who volunteered to support AFSA 2024 conference is the translation of what a forensic science community globally is. A community that promotes evidence-based, innovative and multidisciplinary forensic science practice, including relevant and impactful research. AFSA 2024 aims to disseminate forensic science knowledge among the practitioners and institutions in Africa, and most importantly, to promote collaboration, partnership and training in forensic science. These features are all covered in AFSA's mission. AFSA's vision is to be the leader in promoting excellence and integrity in forensic science in Africa. This process has started, and AFSA is committed to support efficient forensic scientists in Africa, delivering forensic science services, helping victims and convicted persons to have their rights protected, and to ensure judicial authorities receive scientific-based evidence and scientifically defendable investigative hypotheses. The AFSA 2024 theme is Forensic Science Ecosystem in Africa, and it is a moment for African forensic science professionals to reflect, share experiences, and promote forensic science in their own countries after the conference, and also to propose future activities to build a robust forensic science ecosystem across disciplines, across borders, and with only one compass: science. Enriched by the diversity of the participants from from 51 countries of all forensic science disciplines. Our inauguration conference will play a significant role in building the foundations of what can be a sustainable future forensic science ecosystem. That is, an ecosystem capable of delivering with all the available resources, or with our current available resources, at the highest standards. An ecosystem understanding its rights and duties. An ecosystem that supports justice for everyone in Africa, and an ecosystem proud of its African roots. AFSA dreams big, as do all Africans. I invite conference delegates to dream big and think about what type of ecosystem we strive to build for the next decade. What ecosystem you would like the future generations of Africans to find. But most importantly, what ecosystem we want now. It's wonderful to have a strategy for it, but let's put action to it. I invite, in closing, delegates to participate actively during the conference, embrace the opportunity for peer-to-peer learning, and expand their networks. A final word of thanks to the Honourable Minister and Rwanda, and I wish all delegates a memorable conference. Murakoze, merci, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Antonelle, the president of AFSA. And she asks, what ecosystem do we want? Maybe just before I invite our next speaker, and I know you're anxiously waiting to hear from him, while I was preparing for the event, I went around and talked to a few people, not in this room, probably not even represented, because they're not scientists. They're not forensic scientists. And so as we talk about what ecosystem do we want, we've got the sector players, the stakeholders, then you've got the muturaje, the common guy that you want to stay away from a crime scene in order not to contaminate it. This person, I asked a few people, and I'm like, do you know what forensic science is? And someone said, oh yes, when they take stuff from under your fingernails to check. I put that aside. Walked to another person. So do you know what forensic science is? And they said, oh, well, it's got something to do with ladies. You know, ladies get disappointed by men. Sometimes they abandon them and they have to do some DNA test. Okay, forensic science is DNA. I went to another one. So what is that? Do you understand forensic science? Said, oh, yes, post-mortem. You see, varied opinions, varied responses. You in here, you have all the knowledge. What you need to do is go out there and educate the others. Because I mentioned earlier that it's a collaboration between law enforcement, forensic scientists, pathologists, academia. But there's that common person down there that you will need. What do you do to get to such a person? Now that's a challenge I'm posing to you people, our minister, the president, and the director general. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we've all anxiously waited for, the highlight of the day, I would love you to put your hands together and receive our chief guest, Honorable Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Emmanuel Ugirashebija. Please, let's put our hands together.
The President of the International Association of Forensic Sciences, President of African Forensic Science Academy, former Presidents of International Association of Forensic Sciences, colleagues in the justice sector who I've seen around, Rwandan government officials, distinguished guests, delegates, friends and partners. Ngaramutse. Good morning, bonjour. Let me begin by a disclaimer here. I'm not a scientist. I think that should be obvious because I'm the Minister of Justice. But let me also say that never in my wildest dreams would I have ever imagined that I will come and address a group of distinguished scientists like you in an opening remark. When I did law, I thought I was running away from sciences as far as I could, but later on to come and find out that, as Lumbasi just said, in order for you to be able to make the puzzle and make it more effectively, you do need forensic science, and it is a science. So that's why I'm addressing you today, because it's something I didn't imagine, but now it makes work in the justice sector much more effective. Because a few years before forensic science was part of the justice system, I think the mode within which cases were decided, which do require scientific evidence, I do believe it was almost like gambling, but that's not the case, because now we have a scientific evidence that can be taken to court and resolve some of the cases. The reason why I'm saying this is because there are quite a number of cases where many years after the forensic science has evolved, it has come to be discovered that judges were wrong, and they probably sentenced a person on the basis of other facts and evidence that they did have, but was difficult to have conclusive evidence. So this is what forensic science is bringing to the table of the justice sector. So I do have a great honor to welcome you all to Rwanda and to this inaugural edition of the African Forensic Science International Conference. But before I go any further, I want to thank the leadership of the AFSA to have selected Rwanda to be the host of this inaugural conference. The AFSA International Conference is an initiative that gathers hundreds of scientists, forensic professionals, and other players from this industry to exchange knowledge in the field of forensic science, technology, and ICT for a competent justice on our continent. I also want to thank the management of the Rwanda Forensic Institute and the partners that joined efforts together to organize such a tremendous conference, and express my sincere gratitude to all forensic professionals, academicians, heads of forensic offices, prosecutors, lawyers, scientists, investigators, doctors from all over the world who have traveled miles away to Rwanda to attend this conference. Rwanda has chosen to put justice into primary priorities for its citizens, as we have invested in ensuring quality justice is delivered to all the citizens of our country. As a result, many reforms were implemented in the justice sector. Among the reforms, Rwanda Forensic Institute, which was established with an autonomous status, is allowed to work independently and deliver indisputable services and evidence that goes before the court. Having the Rwanda Forensic Institute that supports the justice system with evidence based on science and technology for use in our courts of laws and other justice bodies is a great achievement to the people of Rwanda as they seek justice. Besides providing relevant scientific evidence, RFI services contribute to reduce the time a case awaits before trial. Furthermore, RFI is currently contributing not only to justice delivery in Rwanda, but also it has begun to do so in the region. We are proud that forensic partnerships with international bodies and organizations are growing, and we do congratulate once again these scientific and technology-based efforts joined for justice improvement on our African continent. So congratulations, President, and congratulations to all of you. Our country is ready to work, collaborate, and therefore support initiatives that bring solutions to the problems faced on the African continent. For example, the increasing number of gender-based violence and child abuse crimes, which forensic evidence is so much required in resolving the case. We do believe that we can play an important role in resolving such cases. Rwanda will continue contributing to your initiatives and work with different partners to improve the forensic science. The government is willing to empower its Forensic Institute to be able to collaborate with other forensic systems. We therefore do extend our invitations to more forums, conferences, summits, and trainings in our country through the RFI and AFSA. I also do call upon different stakeholders, partners globally, to join efforts with AFSA as well as RFI to advance the forensic practice on our continent. All in all, I thank all partners and friends for being part of the first AFSA conference, with particular recognition of the International Association of Forensic Science. You're welcome to Rwanda, African Forensic Science Academy, and the American Academy of Forensic Science. You are all welcome to Rwanda. I want to thank all of you who joined us from other countries and wish you a successful conference and enjoyable stay in Rwanda. I can assure you that there are some places outside Kigali. If you have a few days, please spare some days and visit, because you can easily come to terms with any part of you that you're in conflict with. So please take some time to visit Rwanda if you have the time to spare. Thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward to our interaction. Let me take this opportunity to declare the AFSA 2024 International Conference officially opened and inaugurated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I believe Honorable Dr. Emmanuel Ujirashevja deserves a louder round of applause. The official opening ceremony, my friends. Thank you very much, our chief guest, for the wonderful remarks. And I will just repeat what he said, inviting you to visit Rwanda. After the conference, if you have some time to spare, please leave the hotel room and go out there, see Rwanda, visit Rwanda. I'll just remind you that we have a hashtag that we are using throughout this event and the next few days remaining. If you have a quote from Monday, a quote from yesterday, and you want to put it online, use the hashtag AFSA2024. With that hashtag, we will find it. You can throw in Visit Rwanda as well. We will trace that and respond if it's an inquiry or whatever it is that you will have put out there. I want to say a big thank you to every one of you for being part of this event. As the minister said, thanks to the organizers for having chosen to have the inaugural African Forensic Sciences Academy Conference hosted in Kigali. And now, before we come to an end, I would invite the protocol team to help me handle a group photo. Probably, I will start by requesting our chief guests, the president and the DG, to move forward. They'll be joined by the first row and the second row, and then we can have the rest of the people coming forward for a group photo. Unless the protocol team wants that done somewhere else. You want it here or out? Out there. All right, thank you. The protocol team has advised otherwise. So I'll request you to remain seated as our chief guest, the president and the DJ, leave their seats, exit the room, and then the rest of us will follow them to the place where we're going to take the photos from. Thank you. Let's just remain seated as our chief guest and the DJ and president exit the room, and then we will join them outside for a group photo that the protocol team will handle. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. I've enjoyed spending time with you, and I do hope that as we continue being in Kigali, we will learn from each other, exchange notes, share some goodies that we will take back home with us. And for those that wish to stay, please feel free. We welcome you to stay if you do wish. We say visit Rwanda, but yes, you can visit and stay here permanently. So the protocol team will assist with a group photo. I request that we, starting with the first row and the second row, if we could just kindly go out through the left side. My left, your right. Kindly. The protocol team is out there. They will guide you. Protocol team, do you want everyone out there? Okay, first and second row? Is all right. Let the protocol team check if there's enough space for all of us to be in that photo. This event was aired live on RTV, and that recording will remain there. Rwanda TV YouTube channel. It's on the different FSA social media platforms and other channels. You will get to see a replay of the opening ceremony. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, and we do hope that you will continue to enjoy the deliberations, the next few days of the conference, plus the Umuganda on Saturday. I believe the organizers will communicate. They will tell you where the Umuganda will take place and how you will be transported to the venue from your different hotels. All right, thank you. Let us stretch our legs as we get prepared to go. Are we exiting for the breakfast? I guess we are for the tea break. The protocol team is going to help handle that phase. Enjoy the rest of the day and the rest of the deliberations. Thank you very much, and God bless you.